A couple of weeks ago, the Microsoft CEO put the entire software industry on life support. He said that the Agentic AI would revolutionize everything from individual software packages to enterprise SaaS, software as a service. And that life would end as we know it. Okay, maybe not that melodramatic, but pretty close. This is your host, Zachary Alexander, Agentic AI Explorer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on what really will be driving the Agentic AI revolution: contextual data retrieval. Contextual data retrieval leverages machine learning and vector embeddings to understand and store the meaning of data. So vector embeddings convert data elements into high-dimensional vectors by attaching attributes and variables. This maintains the true meaning of the data for the life of the data. Imagine searching for something and getting back results that are more than just keywords in a title. Getting back results you explicitly requested and additional ones that are similar and enhance your understanding. Imagine getting results based on not just the meaning of the documents, but also includes related videos and images. So let's start with a truth hiding in plain sight. While everyone is obsessing over AI models, which LLM or large language models is best to use, the real revolution is happening in how we process, understand, and utilize multidimensional business data. Think about it. You got customer success information spread across emails, chat logs, and CRM systems. Internal knowledge buried in documents, presentations, and video meetings. Real-time data flowing from operations, sales, and customer service. Historical data sitting in various databases and data warehouses. Traditional systems treat these as separate islands of information. However, contextual retrieval transform these data islands into more meaningful and connected multidimensional data assets. These data assets can then surface semantic relationships that you may never have known existed, providing unique insights that no one else would even consider. Let's talk about the power of context. But first, what is context? Context refers to the circumstances, background, or setting that surround high-dimensional business data, which helps to clarify its meaning. If you want to understand context retrieval, you have to start with the chunks. Chunks are how we process large documents and videos and images for storage in vector databases. However, we're not just doing it for storage efficiency. Each chunk carries relationships, dependencies that create and store the context for the item being stored. And the contextual meaning, when properly understood, create a web of business intelligence. Let me give you a real-world example. A customer sends an email referencing a conversation from 6 months ago about a product feature that was discussed in 3 different internal meetings. Traditional systems would struggle to connect these dots, but with the proper contextual retrieval, an AI agent can do it instantly. Understand the historical context, connect relevant meeting notes, a link to product discussions or link to product documentation, identify team members involved, evaluate and initiate actions based on similar situation and current priorities. Then log why it did it. For the record, it's not difficult to imagine other or additional game-changing features and functions. Let's start with real-time data integration. Imagine building a customer service platform that doesn't just show current tickets, but dynamically links live conversational data with historical interactions, predicts customer needs based on fluctuating contextual patterns, automatically routes issues based on deep contextual understanding, suggests solutions from across your entire knowledge base, updates documentation in real time based on new resolution patterns. Okay, now warning, this could be a bit maybe too niche for most people. How about intelligence processing? We're witnessing the death of traditional ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading processes. ETL is a place where most data scientists and AI engineers spent the majority of their time back in the day. Because you had to scrub the data, you had to clean the data. It was a mess. Now, modern contextual retrieval systems and vector databases create unified knowledge graphs across all data formats, maintain semantic relationships, which is meaning, the meaning of something, semantics, maintain semantic relationships between different types of content, automatically normalizes data, which means makes it consistent and comparable across data sources, while preserving context and contextual relationships. It enables cross-format search and analysis. These systems support dynamic updating without losing historical context. Okay, here's another niche opportunity: contextual predictive analytics. When contextual understanding meets agentic AI agents, you get advanced pattern recognition across previously siloed data sources, predictive insights based on deep contextual relationships. We're talking relationships based on meaning versus arbitrary numbers, automated workflow optimization using historical success patterns, real-time decision support with full contextual awareness, continuous learning and adaptation based on outcomes. I bet you're wondering what an implementation strategy would look like for some of these solutions we've been talking about. Here's your basic 3-phase implementation strategy. Phase 1, foundation building. The first part of phase 1 is to audit your data sources. You need to know what's in your data sources and how clean the data is. This means mapping your data sources and formats, identifying key integration points, shore up your contextual relationship models and documents. Consider something like SysML, Systems Modeling Language, or domain-driven design, or system context diagrams. In SysML, contextual relationships define the specific context in which relationships like allocate, refine, satisfy, trace, and verify are used. Domain-driven design involves creating a context map that illustrates the relationships between different bounded contexts. A bounded context, as it relates to domain-driven design, defines a clear boundary within which a particular domain is consistent and applicable. The second part of phase 1 is infrastructure preparation, selecting appropriate vector database solutions, set up real-time processing capabilities, establishing contextual mapping frameworks. Now, phase 2 is integration and deployment. Part 1 of phase 2 would be to start with high-impact processes. Choose processes with clear ROI potential and quickly focus on areas with rich contextual relationships like sales, product development, customer success. Prioritize user-facing applications. Part 2 of phase 2 is to build a contextual processing system. This is a tricky one because you can use the documents that you updated in phase 1 to do it manually. It's laborious and time-consuming. However, a better solution would be to use the vector embedding process. The biggest plus is that you reduce your time to value, or TTV. That would mean setting up a vector database and prototyping the embedding process early. Once that's done, you will immediately gain insights into your business and generate value. Phase 3 is about scaling and optimization. I call this the rinse and repeat phase. Part 1 of phase 3 means expanding across departments, roll out to additional business units. integrate with existing workflows, train teams on different capabilities. Okay, now we get to part 2 of phase 3, measure and iterate. You and your team will track contextual retrieval accuracy, monitor system performance, gather user feedback, and adapt the system to what you receive. Next, you'll probably want to know, what is the future outlook for these kinds of systems? The next wave of AI innovation isn't about bigger or better models. It's about smarter data integration. Organizations that master contextual retrieval will make better decisions faster, deliver superior customer experiences, innovate more effectively, and stay ahead of market changes. While a lot of very smart people in the tech world chase the latest AI model breakthrough, you now understand where the real value lies, and you can skate to where the puck is going to be. To use a sports metaphor, you don't have to do what's right in front of you. Contextual retrieval isn't just a new technical capability. It's the foundation of truly intelligent business operations. The organizations that master this shift won't just survive the agentic AI revolution, they'll lead it. Please, subscribe to the Agentic AI Express, because once you come up to speed, there's no catching you. It's a bullet train to agentic AI mastery.